What's up, guys? We have some good news on the injury front, and the Bears brought in two players for workouts. For the second time in the last 3 months, the Bears brought in former Lions running back Jamaal Williams to Halas Hall for a visit. On top of that, we have the full injury report, mostly good news. Let's go ahead and get right into it. First, let's go ahead and talk about practice today. There were only three players that didn't practice today, and three more were limited. The three players who were out today were Grady Jarrett, Cairo Santos, and Noah Sewell. That's three starters who could all miss this game on Sunday against the Saints. When it comes to Grady Jarrett, our big free agent signing at defensive tackle, he's been out since well before the bye week, and he's really struggled to make an impact so far this year. His knee is becoming a real worry on this defensive line. At linebacker, Noah Sewell suffered a concussion during Monday night's game, and most likely he will not play unless he ends up clearing the concussion protocols early. The final guy that did not practice is Cairo Santos, a guy who's been really dependable, but he's dealing with a thigh issue on his kicking leg right now. He missed Monday night's matchup and he's been out of practice all week. The good news there is that Jake Moody filled in admirably, and he looks like a guy who could be ready to challenge for a roster spot. I've talked about how Cairo is the most accurate kicker in Bears history, but this injury came at a bad time, and it's on his kicking leg, so that does pose some questions there. Stay tuned for more on our kicking situation. Now, some more good news. DJ Moore is back. After spending Monday night in the hospital, he would practice in limited fashion today, and he seems like he's going to be okay. His name is being floated around in trade rumors right now, so there's something to watch here. But DJ seems to be doing better, and it's great to see him back at practice. Two other guys were limited, special teams linebacker Amen Ogbong Bamiga and starting running back DeAndre Swift. I imagine they're just being cautious with those two, but it is something to watch, especially with Swift, who had his best game of the season on Monday. Most likely the coaches just wanted to give him some rest. Even better, though, Austin Booker has now got in five straight full practices, and it appears that he's ready to come off the injured reserve and provide a big boost to our pass rush. It'll be interesting to see if Booker can get back to how he was looking in camp and the early preseason matchups. We could really use his help on this defense. Our pass rush has been pretty stagnant. And then finally, I wanted to talk about Jonah Jackson, who also missed yesterday's walkthrough, but he got in a full practice today, and it seems like he's going to be okay and good to go for Sunday. But Jonah struggled a bit in the first few weeks of the season. He seems to have found his groove, and he's playing some really good football over these last couple of weeks. If he keeps it up, this offensive line should be in really good shape. The Bears also brought in two players for workouts, a punter who is most likely just to prepare for the Saints on Sunday. He's a former Saint himself, and we brought in another running back, former Lions runner Jamaal Williams, a guy who could bring personality and power running to this team. He's already visited Halas Hall a couple of months ago, but he left without signing a deal. If anybody knows what Williams can bring to this roster and to the locker room, it's head coach Ben Johnson. Jamal was a big part of the Lions culture, and he also led the entire NFL with 17 touchdowns in 2022. Since then, he's pretty much been a non factor in the NFL. After he left Ben Johnson and the Lions, he simply hasn't gotten many opportunities. He would back up Alvin Kamara for 2 years, but he remains a free agent in 2025. Williams, to me, would be a great complement to DeAndre Swift. Not only could he provide a solid power element to this offense and serve as that goal line and short yardage back, but he's also solid in pass protection and he's a really good receiving weapon out of the backfield as well. The former BYU standout is now 30 years old, but he's also a strong locker room presence and a guy that you have to love rooting for. His personality is something else. I would be a fan of Jamal coming to Chicago. The only problem for me is what happens to Roshan Johnson if we sign Jamal. It really comes down to if the coaches think he can help us out this year or not. As far as the Australian punter, Matt Hayball, his chances of being signed are probably slim to none, as Torrey Taylor has been really good this year. But the Bears are constantly looking to improve this roster, and with the team now starting to finally win football games, I expect Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson to be ultra aggressive. Does that mean trading away guys like Braxton Jones and DJ Moore? Or calling around to check on players on the trade block? That's definitely something we should keep an eye on as the trade deadline approaches. The Bears should definitely be considered buyers at this point, and they are looking to improve this team over the next few weeks. Special thanks to ProfitX, America's #1 peer to peer sports prediction market. Check out the link in the description below. Use promo code SWIFT and get up to 200 in bonus profit cash. I'll have my picks of the week out tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. As always, I appreciate everyone who watches. Be sure to hit that like button for me. Stay tuned, and until next time, bear down.